Hello guys, it's TheCenturyGamer today. Here, and today what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a story. It's a little different, but a lot of people do it, and I'm gonna be reading something from language arts that I wrote in school. I got 100% on it. It's GG 100%. So we're gonna just look at some replays, some attack replays, and some defense replays, but first the attack while I read. So here we go. The Blue Bottle by Stuart B. Baum, 1999. One night, Millie was up late reading in bed. She finished the book she was reading, the story of Ferdinand, and looked over to her shelves to see what else she might read before she went to bed. Right there on her shelf was something she had never seen before. It was a blue bottle. The blue bottle was about as tall as a small book, had a round bottom and a thin neck. And while the bottle looked as if it were made of glass, Millie could not see through it. Millie got out of bed and went over to the bottle. She picked it up carefully, afraid that it might break. She was surprised at just how heavy it was, certainly heavier than any other bottle this size she had ever before lifted. She looked down into the bottle, but it was too dark inside to see anything. So she shook it. She heard a rattling sound. There was a something inside. She turned the bottle upside down and shook it again to see if anything would fall out. Something almost fell out, and then it didn't. Whatever was inside was now stuck in the bottle's neck. Millie shook harder and harder until it would fall out. Finally, something small fell onto the floor. It was a small golden box. She tried to open it, but it seemed to be locked. Millie was confused to how she was going to open the box and decided to wait till morning. When Millie woke up, she grabbed the box and ran downstairs. While getting ready for the day, she examined the box more. The box had inscriptions of small animals trapped inside what seemed to be a vase. She looked closer and realized that the vase was actually a blue bottle. Millie became even more confused. She ran down the stairs to her room and grabbed the bottle. She compared the inscription with the bottle, and they looked exactly the same. After that point, she was determined to open the box. She believed the box held the animals, and they had to escape. Millie spent a couple minutes contemplating whether or not she should go looking for something to get the animals out of the box, and decided to wait a couple days until she had more details. She waited and waited until she could find anything else, but she couldn't. Then, all of a sudden, a terrifying creature popped into the room and yelled, "Do not look for those lost animals, or you will be destroyed." So Millie crawled up into a ball and cried, trying to get the creature out of her mind. After a long month, Millie completely forgot about the monster and was looking over the bottle again. She decided to look for the smaller details rather than just the animals in the box. That was when she saw something interesting. In the bottom right corner was a red mountain that had an odd-looking creature. Millie then realized that the mountain was most likely a volcano, so she went onto her computer and searched up a red volcano and saw the picture that was in her house. Millie went onto the site that had the picture and saw something that wasn't on the picture she had. A name. The name was all over the picture. She recognized the name and realized it was her best friend that went missing a couple years back. She then went up to the author of the article. It was her. Millie was so surprised, confused, and happy that her friend was still alive. Millie wanted so bad to go see her friend, but was afraid of what she'll see. So she decided to wait until she could figure out why her friend's name was on that picture. Millie figured that it was so that people would know that the picture was by her, but maybe there was another reason. Millie kept looking closer at the picture and saw something odd about the creature on the red mountain. The monster looked so familiar that it scared her. Millie then realized that the monster was the same one she thought she forgot about. Millie wanted so bad to start crying again, but also didn't want to waste more time. So Millie got ready for her journey to save the animals. She grabbed her water bottle, her passport, some clothes, and the bottle. She decided to start looking for the inactive volcanoes, starting in Hawaii. She went to the peak of the volcano, but saw nothing out of the ordinary. So Millie kept looking, but couldn't find anything in the inactive volcanoes. Mad that she couldn't find anything, she started to research on some active volcanoes. She saw that the most active ones were in Italy and Vanuatu. She first traveled to Vanuatu to look at Mount Usar and Mount Ambrim. Millie found nothing. She was upset that she had to spend more money, but still went to look at Italy. The first volcano she went to was Mount Stromboli. She cautiously went up to the top of the mountain and looked for something that shouldn't be there. And that's when she saw it in the distance, the box she had been looking for. She went up to the box and opened it. Inside, there were tiny little baby toy animals. All of a sudden, Millie heard a voice behind her. "I told you not to look for the animals," the creature yelled. Everyone were killed and burned in the volcanoes." "Who are you?" Millie yelled. "You know who I am, Millie," the creature replied. "How do you know my name?" "You still don't know who I am? Okay, this might jog your memory," the creature said softly. The monster started shrinking, changing shape. Millie was confused as to what it was doing. Finally, the creature was finished. It had transformed into a teenage girl with dirty blonde hair and hazel eyes. "Now do you remember me?" she asked. "But how? You've been gone for over a decade. What happened, Jessie?" Millie asked, choking back tears. "I found the same bottle that you have in your bag now, with the same picture of animals. I asked my parents to help me look for it, but they said no. So I ran away to look for them myself," Jessie said calmly. "This is impossible! What happened? What made you change into that beast?" "When I arrived, I found the real animals and set them free, but when I did, the creature that you saw over a month ago took me prisoner when you started to figure out the true meaning of the picture." "But that still doesn't answer my question. What happened to you?" "I wasn't finished. When the monster came back from trying to get you to stop looking, I had escaped and was running down the mountain. The monster saw me and chased after me. After he caught me, I was knocked out, and when I woke up, I was him," Jessie finished. "So what now?" Millie asked. "You will be destroyed, just as I promised," Jessie answered, as she turned back into the monster that she was before. Millie ran as fast as she could. She didn't want to become the monster that her best friend was. By the time Millie was at the bottom of the mountain, Jessie had caught up to her. You can't run, Millie! It's over for you!" Jessie exclaimed. "Why do you have to do this, Jessie?" Millie asked. "I just wanted you to understand that when a giant, terrifying monster threatens you, you don't go do what you feel like should be done, like I did." "That's not the point, Jessie. You're supposed to do what you think is right," Millie replied kindly. "What?" Jessie asked. "I don't understand." "You shouldn't want to make people feel bad for doing what's right. You should praise them," Millie said. "Okay, can you show me how, Millie?" "Of course I can, Jessie." So the two walked down the mountain, but near the end, Millie fell on the ground limply. When she did, the monster laughed maniacally. And that's the end of the story. Awesome. I got 100% on that story. I was really proud of myself, and I really like the story. It's really cool. So, thank you guys so much for watching. This has been the Century Gamer. Like the video if you enjoyed. If you did, subscribe for more of this content. And Game on for centuries.